welcome back to the channel. It's Laurie from Cook Scrap Craft. I've got another scrapbook process video to share with you, and this one I'm excited about. This one is a just for fun one for me. It's not a design team one, but I wanted to share with you how I use my Leah France stencil. I only have one. It's the stained glass stencil, but there are tons of other stencils that you can purchase. The name of the company again is Leah France. The stained glass one is kind of a beginner stencil, so I definitely recommend that you use or that you start with the beginner one because it can be a little tricky to use these when you first start. But as you get better at using it, it's amazing at the different layouts. What you just saw there, or what you're going to continue to see, are the different options of what you can create with just this one stencil. And it's such a great way to get multiple pictures on one page and create different looks for your scrapbook layout. So this was something that was totally new to me. My mom introduced it to me, some of her scrappy friends introduced it to her, and it has really become a super easy way to get layouts done, especially for stuff. Okay, I was just pointing out that I have been printing pictures from Shutterfly. I don't know why I thought that was important for you to know, but that's what I've been doing. Anyway, these stencils have just been a really cool way for me to get multiple pictures onto a page in a creative way because I was struggling. I would have like 4 pictures and I would be thinking, ugh, how do I get all 4 pictures onto one layout? I would have to do like a 2-page layout, and sometimes a 2-page layout wasn't fitting in terms of like the overall layout of the album that I was doing, or I was just struggling. And then I was like having difficulty trying to figure out how to cut the pictures down and blah blah blah, and it was just getting to be a big frustrating thing. And this kind of takes the frustration out of it. So what you're seeing is how it works. I think what I was given here with this stained glass stencil is like a whole beginner's kit. So it comes with a special dry erase marker. It's the Leah France dry erase marker. It comes with a stencil. You get an instruction booklet, and you also get like a special practice one. So you can practice first with some pictures that it gives you, so that you're not practicing on your own pictures and screwing things up. The little wipe that I'm using is actually an old t-shirt, so I'm sure your husband or whatever has an old a t-shirt or an old rag or something that you can use just to wipe off those dry erase marks. So here's why I was telling you that I use Shutterfly Pictures. I guess some people were wondering, like, where do you print your pictures and does the dry erase marker wipe off? I print my pictures from Shutterfly. I've also done them from Walgreens, and I have not had a problem with the dry erase marker printing off. You can see those are like a glossy print, and I haven't had a problem with the dry erase marker. So what you're doing is you're just like using the dry erase marker to trace the inside of the lines, and then you cut on the outside of the lines and you wipe the lines away, and that's it with a stencil. And then you place your photos on the template so you can kind of see what it's going to look like based on like the shape that you're going with. And you can use the suggested ones. You can create your own. That's always kind of fun. Then you can add in, as you can see what I'm doing here, you can add in pattern paper just using like a pencil. I wouldn't do the dry erase marker because obviously that's not going to wipe off of the paper. I would just use pencil because you can erase it and it's really easy. So I just like to add extra pattern paper just as an accent. Some people don't. Some people just use like solid cardstock. You can make it as basic as you want. Apparently this is the technique that scrapbookers in France use, I guess. That's how this got started. The woman who created this is French, and she brought this over to the United States. So like I said, this is the only stencil that I have, and I do use it frequently when I have a lot of pictures and I'm just looking for like a quick and easy way to get them all onto one layout. So that's the paper that I'm going to be using as my background. It was from the International Scrapbook Garden Summer Garden Kit. So what I do is I take just two paper clips and I clip that stencil onto the background paper. And I just take a pencil and I kind of make a few marks just as guidelines so that I know where my pictures and my papers are going to go, because I just want to make sure that I get everything lined up properly. And you can make as many marks as you want. I just do just enough, and I'll kind of show you a close-up just so you can kind of see. Like, I just kind of do them in the corners. I mean, you can trace the whole outline if that's what you want. Just make sure that you erase. That's why you use pencil. But I just kind of do them in the corners just enough so that I can see. There you go. Just kind of see like where I'm going to be putting things. And sometimes stuff lines up like perfectly, and sometimes things are a little off. You just kind of move things around. Again, you're using pencil, so just erase if something doesn't turn out right or whatever. It's don't freak out. Don't overthink things and go crazy. This is supposed to be an enjoyable activity, So anyway, so with this layout, this is also using up some of my old International Scrapbook garden stuff, as well as a whole bunch of embellishments from my stash. So it's a total like mishmash layout. And as I was creating it, part of me was like, yeah, this is awesome. I'm using up stuff from my stash and it's cool. And then another part of me was like, oh, maybe this is a little too mishmashy, because like the last layout that I made before this, I did a lot of pulling from my stash, and I was like, yeah, this is awesome. Everything fits perfectly. And I thought, like, I can do this again, totally. And maybe I was like overconfident. So I don't know. Sometimes not all scrapbook layouts are like 100% winners, but I was glad that I got to use up stuff from my stash, and I think for the most part everything pretty much fits. I think some of that is like old Cosmo Cricut stuff, and it just had like kind of a springy vibe to it, and the papers were kind of like springy and summery, and I liked the little ABC, and I use like a 1, 2, 3 sticker as well, because these are pictures of my daughter at daycare. The daycare takes pictures pretty much every day and sends them to us through an app, so we get to see what she's up to. And when she was in the infant room, they sent like tons of pictures. And of course, I printed all of them out, which is why I have like a bajillion pictures of her at daycare that I'm using the Leah France stencil to scrapbook all of those pictures of. So now that she's moved on from the little baby room, we don't get as many pictures, and I don't even have time to print them out anymore, so sorry, kid. Anyway, so I just liked the way those little like square things went. I mean, I could have like done some pattern paper and tried to like use the stencil to go, continue in with like the shape of the stencil or whatever, but I just kind of liked how those squares fit into that space, and I just thought I would just use that space in those corners for embellishments. And I'm sorry that you can't really see the full layout here. I have like a makeshift camera holder. It's my lamp. I should take a picture of it. I think I've said this before. I should take a picture of it so you can see it. It's awesome. It's awesome. There's the 1, 2, 3 thing. So yeah, these are just all things from my stash that I'm really, really glad that I was able to use up. It always makes me happy to get stuff out of my stash. I'm in the process of kind of reorganizing my craft room and trying to find places for everything and try to figure out the best way to organize all of my stuff so that it's visible and I can see it and I know where everything is and I can use it. Because I have a lot of stuff, I just don't use it a lot. I love that little flower on the bottom. I'm actually going to use some craft foam, which I just picked up from Walmart in like a big pack. And I just cut it down to size and adhere it to the stuff that I want to pop up. I mean, I know they sell like craft foam dots and craft foam pieces and, you know, special, you can buy them at like at Michael's for, I don't know, $8 a pop. But this is cheaper. It's a little more work, but it's also cheaper. So when you're a crafter on a budget, this is the way to go, you guys. The craft foam. It kind of smells, I'm not going to lie. It's chemically. It's got a chemical smell. So anyway, I love using the Leah France stencils. As you can see, this is just one of the ways that you can use the stencil. You can do so many different things with the stencils. If you don't have one, I would highly recommend looking into getting one, especially if you're the type of person who has multiple pictures that you're always trying to figure out what to do with. So here I'm just trying to put some sequins down because I'm kind of obsessed with sequins and splattering. That's my thing. That's my thing right now. And then those are just, I can't remember, those are, I think, me and my big ideas, yeah. Those are from my stash too, and they kind of are the same color as that pattern paper there, but I just thought that they would be really, really cute as the title work in the center there. And it's just going to say pretty, pretty cute, which, as you already know, is the title of this layout. So there's going to be a close-up picture coming up. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and for more scrapbooking tips and techniques, visit the blog. There are going to be links below. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys next time. Bye-bye.